Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Neil the Zod. Anyway, just to get at you real quick, I know I never do 2 videos in a day. I tend to do them every other day just to, like, you know, because I don't want to bombard everybody with the same shit. But basically, this is just in response to another video that I had made. A lot of so-called homies or whatever. I don't know what they are because they didn't say nothing, but felt some type of way about the fact that I said 6ix9ine opened up a lane for Mexicanos. See, they got it twisted, and I didn't feel like I needed to really clarify it. But since, you know, some people need clarification, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. You know, when you had that vato from Cypress Hill or whatever, he was a sangre. Yeah, I can't say nothing for the other 2 vatos, but the one vato, what, Be Real or whatever, he was a sangre. He got shot and then he decided to give it up. So he had already opened up a certain lane because he was connected to certain people. He did rap mostly for vatos that used to smoke Yeska and get bonged out. Because, you know, back in the 90s and like the late 80s, vatos like really into mota and all that shit, you know. So a lot of it appealed to a lot of people when everybody was on that chronic and indica and, you know, all the real weed before they came with all this chemical shit. You know what I mean? So like I'm saying, he responded to them authors in particular. Then you have authors like the Puerto Ricans, Beat Nuts. They made beats and they made millions off of that, but they fucked with certain authors. You have authors like the author KG. He raps a certain way because he's from Atlanta, and you know what I mean, and he got his acceptance amongst a few people, and also the blacks that really support that music. You know what I'm saying? And 6ix9ine, no, he was all over the place, and he made turn up music. So what I meant by him open up a lane for Mexicanos is not saying that he opened up for all Mexicanos, because there's plain and simple, there's a lot of homies on the West Coast out here that are just cholo, and they're not finna switch their style for nobody. They're not finna try to elevate to nothing. They're gonna be happy just making cholo rap and getting a certain amount of ferja. They're not trying to, the rap that they're doing is not really capable of getting millions right away. It's like maybe over time if they say their ferja and do whatever. And that's no shots at the homies. That's just fucking reality. It's like when I was busted, me and the homies from Fairfield started something called 1 Down 3 Up, and that was basically the 1 for the homies down south and the 3 for the homies up north that were really trying to spit that music to bridge these gaps between us two. Because I mean, to be honest, most vatos from the Bay Area, you know what I mean, don't rap like us. The homies don't rap like us. They got a different stilo, a different take. They dress different, talk different. So to them, the way they spit is the way that they figure it's supposed to be spit. And down here, you know, for most part, vatos like that cholo shit, you know what I mean? Even the vatos that ain't cholo, they tend to, you know, gravitate to certain style of music. And to be honest, unless you bridge gaps, you can't really get nowhere outside of, you know, the homies. You know what I'm saying? And it's just true. It's like that stigmatism when Kid Frost, you know, this for La Raza, when he separated it right there. And even though in the end, when he tried to bridge the gap, it was already too late. He had already boxed us into a certain position to where we couldn't go no further. He created his own style, but he still implemented styles that had already been out from SD that been doing it, you know what I mean? And so when I said that about 6ix9ine creating a lane for Mexicanos, I just meant that the vato was doing his thing, and now that he got busted, even though I heard he's about to get out, he opened a certain lane for vatos that might want to do different type of music. Like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, homie or not, I'm not gonna hate on some vato just because he spits different. If you listen to the homies from up north in the Bay and shit, they rap different. They got their own certain type of spit, and for the most part, it's like they really doing it. You know what I mean? And it's just that stigmatism that, you know, vatos like Kid Frost and them put on us. A lot of vatos say he's the GOAT, but I mean, at the end of the day, the vato didn't start off cholo or no gangster or nothing. He was a budhead in fucking Pasadena, you know what I mean, with Rastafarian braids and whatever. So when vatos be like making him like the go-to reference, you know what I mean, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? I know vatos that's really out there that did it. They're about to, you know, and that's no salt on the homie, but it's just, is he really a homie? You know what I'm saying? Like, what bottom is he really from? Like, so I, you know, kill that noise with that. But you know, I just want to address that. I don't want homies to get the wrong idea. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about 6ix9ine. I don't care about really too much, you know what I mean? But, you know, in order for vatos to really get an understanding what I meant by bridging the gap, I mean, there's vatos that rap kind of like him, that are homies. that don't need the stigma, they don't need vatos on their neck telling them what to do, because at the end of the day, when you're trying to get it, you got to go out there and get it. If some of these vatos from Dago listen to us, they would be rapping a lot different. If we listen to certain vatos, we'll be rapping a lot different. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying like this, and for the vato that, you know, he's like, oh, Big Pun been doing it. Big Pun, when he did I Ain't a Player, I Just Crush a Lot, you know how he got on? The fact that he said Boricua y Morena, and he showed the two different segments of showing basically, because, you know, this has been a lot of beef between Puerto Ricans and blacks on the East. You know, I got family from out there, so whatever. But at the end of the day, he wanted to show that there wasn't no difference. You know what I mean? You got some Boricuas that would be like, oh, you know, I know I got black in me, and then some be like, oh, hell nah, you know. Some of them out here are twisted and say that they're half Mexicano, and they're not. They're just Boricuas, but you know, whatever, to teach is his own, you know what I'm saying? But basically what I meant by that is like, you know what I'm saying, this about to open up a lane for certain homies that might be on that style that's not really tripping off anything. And even if they ain't a homie, just they might be Mexicano, and they might want to do exactly what right now they got that the white dude in New York. He's a Crip. And now they're basically putting him up next, like he's the one that's going to take Tekashi 6ix9ine's place. Look, at the end of the day, it's like this. If you want to get millions, you got to go for it. I'm not saying you got to dye your hair and do all this weird shit, but whatever way you figure you going to get it, and you don't have to adhere to certain rules, go out there and get it. To me, as long as you ain't snitching, you ain't doing none of that lame leva shit, like, handle your business. But that's what I meant by him opening up a lane. Everybody has opened up a certain lane. And I'm going to tell you like this, that a lot of us don't want to, you know, admit. But if you really want to get far, you got to collab. You got to bridge that gap. If you can't bridge that gap, you're only going to make a certain amount of money. See, that's what I'm saying with the homies that's up in the Bay Area. They realize that. So these artists are starting to bridge these gaps. They know that in order to really take it to that next level, for people to really want to hear, you got to bridge that gap. You got to collab. You may not, I mean, if you see a black dude, he ain't banging, he ain't on that bullshit, you know, like the fool that be so-called killing homies, but they ain't did shit, you know what I mean, them lames. Collab with these artists. Do your thing. You know, at the end of the day, homie, it's like this. Do you want to get your money, or you want to be broke? Do you want to be making $5, $6, $7, or do you want to be getting thousands? Why spit to only make it to a certain level? Because right now, if you ain't trying to bridge them gaps, you're only gonna make it to a certain level. You got your own gente that's saying, look, if you need to change your style of rap, and you don't have to say the N-word, you don't have to say nigga, you don't have to say none of that. But and let me just be honest, I don't care if a homie's rapping, he says that's him, homie. That, like, for me to like really put effort towards, you know, trying to disrespect his vato because he chose to speak a certain way, that's not me. At the end of the day, if vatos start respecting each other and really, you know, really push, you know, their gente forward, you can make a lot, dog. At the end of the day, it's like you got the potential to do a lot. Even you had the Crips and the Bloods do Bagging on Wax, and it came. Look, at the end of the day, it's like, and they understood. It's like they're enemigas, but they battle to get on, and it's like these. I mean, they're just basically like us with the killing. Like, they're killing each other. So, but they came together knowing that people will want to hear who's the best. See, right now, you got a lot of homies in the Bay Area that can spit. You know what I mean? But they basically got to adhere to certain rules. So they're kept in check and not really being able to really get out there and do it like they do it. But once about to start bridging these gaps and really start perfecting your craft, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, dog, Cholo rap is only gonna go so far, and it's sad to say, but it's just the way it is, dog. So you have to. That's why you got vatos making beats, like really, like getting on it. You know what I'm saying? Vatos like Conejo been around for a long time, so his style was already known. You know, you got vatos like Bozo, and you got all these other vatos that's doing their thing. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Even they know at some point you're gonna have to bridge that gap, or you only go so far. And what I mean, look at. Before I end this shit, I'm just going to say this. The reason I said with 6ix9ine opening lanes, because he still went to Mexico. He still passed off Ferga. He still did what he did. He still acknowledged the fact that he was Mexicano. Even though he may be trash, he still acknowledged that. So he opened up a lane right there. So he was not only getting Black dudes listen to his shit. He had Mexicanos listen to his shit. He had Spaniards listen to his shit. He had Europeans listen to his shit. So at the end of the day, it's like that. Like if you really want to get out there and do it, I mean, you can take the United States, but at the end of the day, it's overseas money that you want. You want to be able to go to Mexico and do it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of drama out there in Mexico right now, so I would be a little bit cautious the way I move. But for the most part, as long as you're going to do your thing and come home, you're good. You know what I mean? And that's basically what it is. Everything is respect and everything is bridging gaps. And that's at the end of the day, dude. I don't give two F's what I got to do. I'm going to create a lane. I'm going to create that lane, and I'm gonna see how many people I can throw in that before it closes. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the way it is. So, like, my word to the, you know, the lots that may have took it wrong, I never would compare 6ix9ine to no homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that he created a certain lane which some of you lots can feel if you just only bridge that gap and just leave some of that other bullshit behind. You know what I mean? You don't have to say certain things in order to be popular. You just got to be able to spit. And if you stay on a certain level and you don't try to progress past that, nobody's ever going to want to hear you. Oh, a lot of people were like, you know, Chief Loud, POP, proving our point. Like, them guys, they sound too east. But that's the thing. The rap that's going on right now is not going to last forever. And eventually it's going to shift back to who got the verbals. So some of you that are on a certain page, his shit will probably surpass you because he can take it to the next level. And he's not worried about who he can rap with and nothing. He can rap with anybody, you know what I mean? And the homies out of NoHo, he didn't grow up you know, gangster. He knew gangsters, he, you know, kicked it with them, but he, at the end of the day, he didn't do that, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's no shots at anybody. It's just saying like this, at the end of the day, camaradas, you gotta, you know, up your game, you know what I mean? And don't be worried about what Vatos think. Get your money, dog. You want that lane open, bust that motherfucker wide open, but you gotta bring something to the table. Because if you come with the same watered down rap, you know what I mean, with beats that might not be that thorough, you know what I mean? A lot of us are starting to up and down, but before it's like the beats are kind of like, you know, you had to really listen to the lyrics in order to like really get into it. If you really want to step up, start collabing. Look at Sad Boy Loco. He was doing this thing, but he really wouldn't have blew up like that until, you know, he got with YG. It's just the way it is. That's a market, they control it, you know what I mean? So, you know, you want to get in it, start collabing. It ain't nothing wrong with it, homie. Bridge them gaps, show what you got, you know what I mean? But if you ain't got spit, then you know you got to let it go, you know? And that's pretty much it, you know what I mean? And to lots that, you know, really represent the channel and shit, you know, I should be coming with a few things. And sorry if I'm a bard at you with this shit, but I just wanted to respond to the people that really felt some type of way about what I said. But everybody has their lane. Just choose yours and choose it wisely, because once you lock yourself into a corner, you're stuck there, sabes? And it's your boy Zod, and I'm out.